Welcome. I said welcome. Back to Talking Franchise with your host, Songhead Bonija and Johnny Wong.
Talking Netflix.
Talking Netflix. Yeah. So this is another sub episode of Talking Franchise, which is called Talking Netflix, and let's chill. All right. We have come to speak and discuss and debate the Defenders Netflix series.
Yes, season 1.
Is it a series?
I would say that.
That's why people keep seeing it as a series, but I've been reading that
Yeah, there may not be another. Yeah, this was a special event. Now we're gonna get the.
So that's why it was 8 episodes.
Defenders will come back again. But I was all right. We were all hyped up about this months ago. Going crazy about the trailer. We said, "Oh, we can't wait." How do you think it's gonna be? Did it live up to your expectations?
Sort of, not really. I'm gonna say that. I have to say sort of, not really, because
A bit of a downer.
I don't think it was done. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. The only things I didn't like, there's some things that I don't like about it, and it's probably why most people don't like some people might not like it. I can see.
Yeah, no. When I say it downer, it was enjoyable, but there's a lot of flaws. It wasn't quite as epic as what we were thinking in our heads and what Marvel kind of promised over like the 3 years that it took to build these series and have it come together. It didn't quite gel the same way the Avengers movie did with all their characters doing it, you know. But I mean, this is TV. It has a TV budget, and it kind of hurts it in some ways, the TV budget, because there's some shortcuts that they took, or yeah, I just like this fit for what they promised in this build-up. This felt kind of small. Like, I know that they're street level, but one of the big showdowns, with the Five Fingers and the Defenders, takes place in a darkly lit parking garage.
You can hardly see it,
and yeah, the fighting, it's nothing memorable. The choreography, all the stuff that happened. I know that they can't afford a whole lot of CGI, so they couldn't do crazy stunts, but it's kind of dull. And then your main battle is just in a dark cave inside of a skeleton of a dragon.
It was a little bit too dark. I would say that. That is definitely, and that affects. You know how much that affects how we view these movies and how we see things, because of the camera angles, the composition, the lighting. Lighting is like one of the most essential, important parts. And you're right. There's fighting scenes. They're most important scenes.
It was a bit underwhelming.
Yeah,
and
because of the.
Overall, though,
I would say that, yeah.
Again, there's definitely some enjoyable moments, but we all discussed this too. Who we were most looking forward to seeing in the show, and for me, I was looking forward to see. I loved, outside of Iron Fist, I loved the shows. Iron Fist was just okay. I wasn't crazy for it. I wouldn't say that Iron Fist is completely bad, but it wasn't really a good show either. So I was looking forward to seeing the other 3 come back. And I still kind of feel that way. In the Defenders, Iron Fist, to me, kind of brings the show down a little bit.
You think so?
A problem with the series. Again, they doubled down on their Iron Fist show, where they were just like, they're making him like the central.
He's the plot device.
They're making him the central protagonist. No, I know.
And this one, he's actually the plot device,
which is even worse for him. But see, they used him as a MacGuffin. They had you thinking that he was going to be the protagonist, and then it just turned. Oh, they're just trying to use him, and he's still the dumb ass character. The little he throws these temper tantrums like a little child.
He's a rich boy.
is not like.
This is why we gotta understand.
Iron Fist is not a likable character, and they're pushing him to try and be that, and it does not work. Part of the reason the stuff that happens in the show, it's Iron Fist's fault.
Yeah.
And midway through the series, when all the other the guys are like, "Oh, we should just talk this out," and we best not fight him because they're trying to use him as a weapon. And they're like, "You okay with that?" And he's like, "No, we're gonna fight right now if you don't believe me." Yeah, and then gets tied up anyways, like a dumb fuck, and still gets kidnapped. But like that shit is his own fault. And then you have this
like
big,
a kid,
you
right?
have the big battle with Elektra, and Elektra's like, "Your fist will open the gate." So like a dumb shit, he decides to fight her with his fist. Could have just took your ball, walked home. Say no, gate never gets opened. Or just fight her. Instead he's like, "Oh yeah," and he misses like a dumb fuck and opens again. Iron Fist is a dumb shit. Fuck you, Danny Rand. Fuck you.
You don't like Danny Rand? Alright.
And it has nothing to do with him being white or Playboy, but like it doesn't work. We all love Tony Stark, he's a billionaire. We all love fucking Bruce Wayne, billionaire. This guy, his mentality, they make him, he's a petulant child. He's a little bitch.
So he's the bitch side of being a rich guy. So you gotta like understand that.
And Daredevil, but they don't do, and it's not Iron Fist's fault. I'm not saying Iron Fist in the comic books is a bitch. It's the writing and the way that they portray this character. They do him no favors. He gets his ass kicked throughout this whole entire series.
He is kind of a sissy. I would admit that.
He's getting beat up by
but
little
guess
henchmen.
what? Guess what?
Yeah, and I don't. It's partially the writing. Maybe it's partially the actor too. There's a lot of people on message boards and stuff. They feel like, oh, they don't want him to be an Iron Fist. They think he's a shitty actor. I don't know if it's completely his fault, but this is the stuff that they're giving him to work with too. The writing is not all there
for Danny Rand.
No, it wasn't all there on Iron Fist, and they should have, instead of turning course, they said, nope, we're sticking to it. Like the whole thing, the battles against the Hand, they have you thinking that this is Iron Fist's fight, and he's the I think him and Colleen bring the show down.
When I watch this, I look at the main character of the whole series is Daredevil, leader Matt Murdock. That's who this at the end of the day, that's who the story is, because the main enemy, the main bad person, the main bad guy, the antagonist at the end of the day is Elektra. So that belongs to.
All right, I'll say
Daredevil. The series about Daredevil, and that I see him as a sub character, like the Iron Fist. I saw this probably like let's say Daredevil 2.5.
Right. Yeah, we're definitely going to get to the positives in the show, because there were positives, and I don't want to make it seem like, oh, we're just going to shit all over this whole thing right now. I said before we talk about the positive, one other negative for me, I think it's not as epic or doesn't go to the heights that it could have. It was their choice in villains. The Hand, I think it was a poor choice as villains, and everything that was explained, what they were doing, why they were doing it, it's just so vague, and everything's being kept in the shadows, hidden in the dark, and the promise of Elektra coming back as the Black Sky, they don't really pay that. They don't really pay that off, because there is no Black Sky. They make no doubt about it. By episode 6, they're like, nope, this is just Elektra, and she's being a bitch. Elektra is killing, but she's
Black
not
Sky.
No, I don't feel.
That's just her shadow side. The Black Sky is like
no, but
her
they
they
promised the prophecy that some dark evil. The Hand do not need Elektra. This is such a shitty. They were all as powerful.
You know who Elektra is?
They were all more powerful than Elektra beforehand.
Dog.
They had magical powers. You have Madame Gal. They have magical powers, and this is what I'm saying. The Hand's plot in this show doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, there's holes in the reasoning for why they're all doing this for some liquid goo to fucking stay alive. Yeah, but how they go about doing it to get that liquid goo. Oh my god. The Hand was not a good choice to be the villains in this show.
Alright. I kind of like the Hand. I'm gonna say that. I like
They
thought-
bring back Bakudo from
Bakudo,
Iron Fist,
I like-
who was killed already, but now he gets to
Back
fight
to life.
Colleen.
I like the
Yeah, well, see, we're forced to relive plot points from Iron Fist when Iron Fist is not he's the least interesting character in the show, and they want to focus. We have to relive his moments. That's a problem.
I
in the
actually
show.
liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me tell you my dislikes about this one. It's the composition in some points, because some characters, when you see like at certain points, they look off. They're like, you know what I mean? They're not, the camera's not facing them, so it's like a little bit. So you get in that moment right there. I believe people get subconsciously, without even noticing, or like when I noticed it, was like I immediately got detached. I was like, oh, like this looks off. Like I'm looking at it and it looks weird. Like it's like, for instance, the scene with the lawyer. What's her name? Trinity, the lawyer she plays in. What's her name?
Hogarth.
Hogarth. Yeah. Hogarth. When Hogarth is talking to Jessica Jones, there's like scenes like where they're talking. She's like making sure that she's not getting into trouble, right? This is the point where she's not making.
When you say, but that's for the.
And then it looked like off. That scene right there.
No, but those scenes, they're using the style of each TV show. So see, the styles and the editing didn't mesh well. Where they all had different colors. Yeah, when you notice when Jessica Jones is by herself and doing all this stuff, the way that they filmed it had like a blue tint on the shit, because that's how the TV show Jessica Jones was. Luke Cage, his style and his editing, his scenes were different, and to make sure that it felt like it was Luke Cage's show, they always had a hip hop playing on in the background. Yeah. But it was kind of like I said, they're making like I said, the first 2 episodes are slow. They not only do they have a lot they need to explain. They need to start the plot off. It's very slow moving because they're trying to take place exactly after each season. They're trying to recap it for us rather than jumping in. And we're even from all the shows, we're reliving the same shit that we already seen. We already know. They should have had more balls to just jump in. And you should have watched all the other shows. They're trying to engage and get a bigger audience to watch it and say, hey, you can watch this without having seen the other shows.
I don't know. I appreciate it. I appreciate how all the shows came together and they all start from those 4 points and then come into one. Because the whole shit. The first show is not episode slow because we see Daredevil fight Elektra in the first one. What you want to see Daredevil versus Elektra?
You mean Iron Fist?
Iron Fist, yeah, God, Danny Rand.
Yeah, I mean, but that's those are the only punches.
Right?
The first punch,
you couldn't even see that episode good because you got fucking scared of a bat. A bat came. Yo.
We don't need to go over the fucking bat.
No, we need to address this. This is a bat. Look at the bat. He had. What happened when you were watching the first episode? Explain in detail what scene you were seeing. I want to know the scene you were seeing. And then
I stayed up all night to watch the fucking Defenders. I sat through 4.5 shitty hours of Iron Fist because I needed to catch up because I completely forgot to watch the rest of Iron Fist. I was going to get to it, but I ran out of time, and I'm like, oh no, Defenders tonight. I sit through this whole thing, and I finally get to start up Defenders. 15 minutes into the show, I don't know how it happened, because all the windows are closed in my house. A bat flies out of nowhere in front of my fucking face and interrupts the Defenders. I had to go back and watch the episodes a few days, the next night. But
was it just like in the corner, just like looking at you or something? Did it just come flying in like? So
I have no idea.
Did you hear like bat wing noises?
No. The bat was obviously waiting for fucking the Defenders too. Couldn't wait to see that shit. Couldn't interrupt Iron Fist. God for fucking bits. 3:30 in the morning. Here we go. Fucking bat in the house. So it got delayed. But I'm saying the first 2 episodes. It's a little slow paced. They could have moved it quicker instead of having to recap. Like we know what happened in all these shows, but it's a little clunky, the storytelling. But when they do get together by episode 3, by the end of episode 2, they start promising. I liked most about the show is the interactions. There's not enough interactions between the 4 of them, but when they do all get on the screen, or it was nice to see moments between Iron Fist and Luke Cage, Daredevil and Jessica Jones, their interactions. that was pretty cool. The disappointing part of the show, but this part was really awesome too. I was gonna say, what was the best part in this series?
What?
It was. You would say the best part in this series is what they showed on the commercial, right? Them in the hallway, them finally coming together to fight. That's probably the best part of the show.
No, the best part of the show.
But that was not the coolest part.
No, I don't think
That wasn't the coolest moment in the series. What was for you then?
Oh, you be like a certain scene? Or
Yeah, the best scene. Like I would say that was the best scene overall, and that happens by episode 3. So the rest, it didn't get better from there.
The scene where they're all together at the Chinese restaurant, and then they come in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the best. Fucking.
In terms
I
of
love this
football-
show. Matter of fact, I'm
Yeah.
gonna defend the defenders. Let's go. Listen, Stick. That's my guy right there. He's trapped by the hand, right?
And he cut
And
his
he's
own
like,
hand off.
But he cuts his own hand off to get free.
His ending arc in this show, it was. I didn't like what they did with.
They killed him, yeah.
Yeah, they did. What they did with Stick was stupid, and then he decides he was going to kill Iron Fist, even though he spent years and years building an army to protect Iron Fist and be with him. And just in
But
that
guess
one
what?
single moment, he said, "Hey, fuck
Guess
it,
what?
I'm just gonna."
You know what?
But he's used as a
Listen.
plot device too. I feel like they wasted Stick.
Stick is here to save New York City, no matter what. Do you know that, right? Stick is the defender of New York City. All in all, past being part of the chase, past being being the army of the Kunlun. Kunlun. So beyond that, he's the defender of New York. And you know what? At the end of the day, he's gonna do whatever needs be. And you know what happens in the story? They turn Danny Rand into the plot device where he is the Iron Fist, but he also is going to open the door so they can.
Yeah, it's
He's the weapon they
And
need
it's already-
to open
it's already
the door.
addressed
He's the key. So he's
that-
like, you know what? I kill this guy, no key.
Even Stick thinks
No key.
Even Stick thinks that Iron Fist is not a
I'll
leader.
swallow this
He's
key.
not mature enough, and that's where they still try and put the
I'll
responsibility.
swallow this key right now. That's
They
what he
try
said.
and put the responsibility on Daredevil by saying, "Oh, he's like I think Matt should lead the team," even though in reality Iron Fist is. In the comic books, you would say Iron Fist is more powerful than Daredevil, right? Or is he's a bigger superhero.
But if there was going to be a leader,
But he gets
it would need to be Daredevil.
In this show, he gets bitch slapped by Daredevil. He gets bitch slapped by everyone. He gets bitch slapped by the henchmen.
Daredevil, you have no idea. Daredevil's been training since a little kid
And I'm just
by Stick, who's been trained for years on end. So understand, like that's like an electro chain him. So they're like fighting wise, way past Iron Fist, but right now, because Iron Fist is young. Iron Fist gets older, he'll start to get more. But Daredevil, we already got a Daredevil that's, you know what I mean? I don't know how old he is in the series, but he seems like the oldest one, or seems like the one who should be leading the team at the end of the day. And he's a lawyer, you know what I mean? But he's a good lawyer.
Oh,
Different between
you know,
being,
like I said,
one of
Daredevil's
those,
my favorite.
He's a good lawyer that goes for justice. He's all about justice. So at the end of the day, that's what he's going to be. Iron Fist, he has a different ultimatum. Believes in himself.
Yeah.
He's a little bit cocky. He's a little bit arrogant. He's the Iron Fist. He'll brag about that. There's something about him that they chose him. You know, at the end of the day, that this force was able to be chosen. Like he was chosen to being the Iron Fist, and it's a honor. It's like other Iron Fists had to be that guy, that dude.
Let me ask
he's
you.
like a pussy.
Let me ask you a question. How did you feel about Sigourney Weaver?
That was messed up how they just killed her off too quick.
Were you a little disappointed by that? Because they didn't really. They said this is the part of the hand that I didn't like, and how they kept it vague. Sigourney Weaver doesn't get a whole lot of moments in this.
And after all that, Sigourney Weaver was
They had.
she was defending her beyond that hand was about to.
And I'm actually I'm a fan of this movie. Iron Man 3. I love Iron Man 3. A lot of people get pissed about the whole Mandarin deal. How they promise him to be the villain, then it's not. I kind of feel like they pulled an Iron Man 3
What?
in this, where they promise us Sigourney Weaver as the big bad, and then it turns out it's Elektra, and Sigourney Weaver's vulnerable the whole entire show. I don't even think you see her fight, but her whole thing is kept very vague.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do,
The other guys, the other Five Fingers of the Hand, they were pretty. I liked them.
I feel like the villains were too one-dimensional.
Murakami. Yeah, he was Japanese. He was speaking Japanese. What's his name? Murakami.
I don't remember his name.
He's,
But I did notice that the guy that he just talks Japanese, and everyone still asks him questions in English, but then he answers in Japanese.
Yeah, they're talking Madame Gao. I like Madame Gao. Suwanda. That guy, the black guy, the new one, the African dude, the warlord.
Oh yeah.
He was cool.
He was the pimp. Yeah.
I like the scenes between him and when they're interrogating him. That whole scene where he comes in, he puts some hands on Luke Cage. He's like, what? He messed that. I was like, oh shit. He was giving it to Luke Cage, but then Luke Cage came back. We didn't. That was a little bit of a disappointment too, that they didn't really show what happened between, what happened after Luke Cage got hit by that truck.
Oh yeah.
I would have liked to seen that. Have seen that. And that's one of the things I didn't like. And like I said, mostly it was the composition and how they kept cutting scenes. Like when they came to together and they were talking out in the dojo. This is the dojo scene, and they're cutting too many scenes. It goes too fast, and I didn't like that. It threw me off. I was like, that's the things that kept throwing me off. But for the story wise, I liked where they were going and what they build up and everything that they connected and what they're gonna build upon.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that happened though by the end of the series, it was kind of inconsequential. I don't feel it doesn't do anything for Luke Cage or Jessica Jones to progress their stories. Their new season's gonna come. If in the next season they don't ever mention that the Defenders happened, it's not gonna matter, because I feel like nothing that happened in the Defenders affects Luke Cage and Jessica Jones personally. This was just a one-off. I said it'll probably affect Iron Fist, because at the end of the series it had him on the rooftop trying to protect the city, and then you have Daredevil's. I still don't know how I feel about that ending either, where Daredevil, he's spoilers, people. We're spoilers. Daredevil kills himself essentially and stays there with Elektra, only for time has passed and scenes later he miraculously just woke up at a fucking place filled with nuns. Doesn't really make much sense. They're gonna explain it in Daredevil season 3, but it didn't get me excited. I don't know how I feel about like you said, all the lead up. Daredevil could have sacrificed. It would have been better if he could have sacrificed himself for something even more epic. Like you said, their final showdown, it's a little dull. It was all the fight. Yeah,
Elektra was messing up.
Their whole showdown. I don't know.
Like fighting all four of them.
It's a little dull. I wish there was a bigger
build
up.
That's what it is. It was way too dark, so you couldn't see. And the scenes
and it was weird. Yeah, even when they're down in the cave, Luke Cage comes on the screen, and then out of nowhere they're just playing rap music. But it didn't it kind. I felt like it just messed with the flow. It did not everything gelled.
Yeah.
But like I said, my favorite part would definitely be the interactions with each other. But
I guess they were trying to go for they should have put more lighting. It's just a little bit more changes, believe it or not.
But
without you even knowing that.
Without a good villain, you don't have a great job. We talk about.
I love Elektra as the good villain.
No. All right. So who,
I like all the villains in this one, actually, except for no. Matter of fact, none of the villains. I like Hokuto. I like
who in your mind stole the show? Who owns the show? Who was your favorite character in this out of it all?
Stick.
You would say Stick?
Yeah.
I say yeah. For me,
even though he died like that,
I like the Luke Cage moments. I liked the Jessica Jones and even Iron Fist. And they tried to mature him for the first couple of episodes too, but I'm saying it's that turn in the 5th episode where he's just let's fight, instead of they make him they just they undo all the smart things that they were trying to get him to mature, get him to be better, get him to be more confident in himself. They just fucked it all up. He's still the jackass now. But I would say, probably I would say my favorite character in the whole show was Daredevil.
Daredevil?
He's the most interesting.
I would say
Daredevil's still my favorite show.
I would
Jessica
say-
Jones is up.
I would go
up
back
there.
to say Daredevil because Stick is part of Daredevil's
Yeah.
whole
I
story. You know, and it's all his franchise.
Daredevil, even the events that just happened in the Defenders 2, it moves the plot along that he's probably going to meet his mother, and she's one of the nuns. They're going to pay that off from a season 1 plot. But they probably could have got him there in a different way without the Defenders. I don't feel like it's not like a big deal.
You know what would be super awesome? That probably won't happen. That this Defenders happens in like 2016, perhaps, in the MCU universe, right before Civil War happens. Right?
It won't happen, but
it is. It's before Civil War happens, which happens in 2017. All right, from 2016 to 2018, right? Daredevil recovers, blah blah blah. His mom, we're gonna see his mom. Spoiler alert: you're gonna see Daredevil's mother in season 3 of Daredevil. That's where they're going. You're gonna get Bullseye. This girl with the what's her name? With the blonde hair, Karen. Is that her name?
Yeah.
All right.
Or red hair.
Red hair? You said?
Karen, yeah.
You said red hair?
Yeah.
Hell no, she got like blonde hair. Let's see.
Maybe in this season, but she normally.
Yeah, alright. So Karen, yep. Oh yeah, alright. And she's probably gonna die. Killed by Bullseye.
But yeah, that's
That's gonna be
season 3.
great. And you know would be more great, even greater than that, is that in Infinity War, all these guys show up.
That would
It
be
has
great.
to happen because they have
It's
to be
not
on the
going
index.
to.
Because look at this. This is a clue.
Angel, it's
This is
not
a clue. This is a clue. Because they're not gonna let us know. They don't want us to know. But you could imagine that'd be the biggest surprise. People will go. They will go.
Yeah, then it would be consequential, but it's not.
And then Daredevil season 3 is the story between him being in 2016 to 2000 till he gets to the point of Infinity War.
To get
And
back
then-
to what I was saying about it being inconsequential, what if at the ending, Elektra is dead. Elektra was dead at the end of season 2, and now to start season 3, she's still dead. What if her character's just completely dead? Matt survived somehow, and he's going to go through his arc now. But I'm saying the way that they did that story, if Elektra's completely dead and she would. Nothing has really changed in the Daredevil universe either. Like the Defenders event didn't change him. All it did was get him from this point to tell their story now with him and the nuns and his mother. They could have got there some other. Like this isn't going to be remembered at all. It feels too.
If you don't know about Daredevil, that's what happened too. Like you don't know. But then when you see the Daredevil 3, you'll understand what happens. Then you'll understand.
But I feel like now,
arc.
if nobody knew about the Defenders and you were gonna get into the show, you watch season 1 and 2 of Daredevil, and then you just go into season 3, you probably aren't gonna. It doesn't matter. You're gonna still feel like you're just watching it from where they left off in season 2 because nothing important happened in this show. Nothing big enough, anyways.
No,
not to
Daredevil
say that it was
is
still
back to being Daredevil.
It was enjoyable
Iron
to watch,
Fist.
but
Wait, Daredevil is back to being Daredevil, but now he's gonna be recovering. He's gonna meet his mom. That's going down. His mother is the nun that's gonna be there. You'll see that. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, but I know the story. So
no, I know it's based on what they're doing is based on the comic book. I said it's the Rebirth.
And they're probably gonna mesh the two. They're gonna they said there's two. I think I forget the story. The two comic book series. Right. I'll look it up later on. But to drive the point home, I like the Defenders at the end of the day. I like that they set up that Iron Fist right now. Danny Rand is gonna become. He's gonna grow. He's gonna mature because now he's the new Defender of New York. He took a
But there still is
Daredevil's
that loose.
Daredevil shifts. He's taking up Daredevil
There
shifts.
still
right
is the lost, the thread they're gonna have to wrap that up. And well, they'll have to do that in season 2, where what happened really happened to Kunlun, where it went, it disappeared. They still gotta solve that. Like I said, he probably gets most affected because he's still gonna be in New York defending like that. But that's probably an arc that they're gonna play with too. It's not just gonna be about him. So that's where I get it. Where it's like,
You think do you also think if they would have connected it more to the MCU, you would have definitely appreciated?
No, yeah, it would have been more Easter eggs, but like I just have a feeling they're not. It's not gonna ultimately. It's not gonna connect to the movie. They're not. They probably won't be on the big screen. They should though. They really should.
They
We've already talked about this.
should.
I
We
would
should
love
have
to
a
see
petition.
I would love to see Daredevil and Spider-Man, but money, financial reasons, all that shit, the contracts, the studios, it's not gonna happen. It's still.
I heard also that Daredevil has his contract open that he can appear into movies.
Yeah. So. It's
So Daredevil alone, like they need them in there. I think like a scene, even a cameo, just a simple
I would love to see that.
battle scene cameo, like when because it makes sense. Like what's going on? Like you have to connect all your stuff. You're saying all of this belongs to one universe, and it's not coming
I still
together.
think it's going to be great, but I don't like the TV show is still it's separate from the MCU. Even though they say that it takes place in it, and sometimes they'll give you a little Easter egg, like they'll talk about the incident.
If they're
Ultimately,
doing
it's
Infinity
still,
War,
it's still
they
like
have to connect all
it's
this
like
stuff.
Agents of Shield. It's just loosely. If you didn't watch it, it doesn't affect the movies at all. If you haven't watched the TV shows,
I
you
think
can miss out on it.
it has affected. There has to. It's gonna. I think it's gonna connect. Watch. You're gonna see.
Scale to 1 to 10. What are you giving the Defenders?
8.
An 8. I'm gonna give it. For me, it's a 7. It's 6.5. It's 7.
Yeah.
I'll give it 7. There's some. I know it sounded like I should on it. Anyways, there was some fun moments though. Okay, I waited again. I enjoy I enjoy that they were trying to connect everything together, and the TV shows are really good, and I look forward to seeing the Punisher too. I like the Marvel universe.
Misty Knight. You know, it's another one. It's probably an Easter egg.
Misty Knight rubbed me the wrong way in this whole show too, but I did like. Yeah, I feel like they. All right, we didn't talk about that either.
You know she's gonna get a robotic arm,
Yeah,
right?
no, I that's what I was gonna say. I love that part. That now they're gonna get into the comic
You know who
books
gives it to
with
her?
Tony Stark. But they look the way that they turned it. It's gonna be Danny Rand because she's at the hospital that Danny
he's a
Rand is
billionaire,
running.
gonna get
He's
it.
a billionaire. That's how they see. They could have done that. That was their opening. Like, oh, Tony Stark can help. It's the TV universe. They already set it up with Danny Rand's gonna help her, and it's already been said. Yeah, Misty, she's gonna be in season 2 of Iron Fist. So she's gonna join because her and Colleen in the comic books are eventually a duo and a team, and that feels like they're loosely following that. But yeah, it's gonna be Danny Rand who gives her the arm. Ultimately, you said it. You think it's gonna be Tony Stark?
And
They're
Infinity War.
They're not paying.
paying.
They're not paying. If you've never seen these TV shows before,
You have to figure it
off.
out.
They're not
They have-
paying that off on the big screen.
67.
They're not doing that on the big screen.
67 characters.
Hey,
if you map it
hey,
out,
lady, we've never seen
look at-
before. Here's this
just
metal
put
arm.
in, you map it out like already. Like I'm trying to put all the characters. I believe in Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. I believe in Ragnarok. Heimdall is gonna die. Did you agree with that? Probably Heimdall's gonna die.
Probably.
The Warriors 3. Sif, Lady Sif. Most
Yeah.
likely, you think they're all gonna die?
No, I don't.
No, you think they're gonna survive the Ragnarok? They
Some will survive, but
who? Thor and who else?
Loki,
Valkyrie, Loki. That's already 3.
Odin.
Odin, that's 4. Be like realistic. It's the end of all things. Probably only 4 will survive out of all these.
The end
other
of all
buddies.
things, it's not going to be as big as they're promising. Again, it's going to be a fun movie. It does look cool, but at the end of the day,
I think
not a whole lot of people are going to be dying. They're saving that for Civil War. I mean, Thanos, Infinity Wars.
I think it's gonna happen in this one, and I think maybe Hela's playing.
Doesn't
that.
matter.
So listen
in the
up,
Marvel
this is what I'm
universe,
predicting
when you
here.
kill someone off, you bring them back all the time. Anyways, I forgot there was a video that I was watching the other day where they essentially show everyone that they always kill off. They've all come
let me
back.
get to
It
my
doesn't
point.
matter.
Let me get to my point. All those people are not going to be in. I'm seeing those people that's not going to be in there. Warriors 3 is not going to be in
I'm
Infinity
not
War. They're dead.
There's a
in
lot.
From
It's
Ragnarok.
what they got to do in Infinity War is gonna be tough. There's so many characters to juggle, and again, I can't even comprehend. It'd be nice to see new characters, but you know how long this movie's gonna be too.
Check
I don't know
out
how they're
My
gonna
blog
do it.
is trying to guess the 67.
But anyway,
I put Everett Ross on the list. Thunderbolt Ross on the list. Already on my list of characters that are going to show up. They already said I had Nick Fury and Captain Marvel.
he
Brie
said he wasn't
Larson's
gonna be Infinity
Karen,
Wars.
that was
Sam Jackson.
those two are not going to be in it.
Yeah,
so
they're
that
not.
already takes 2 off the list. And I was only up to like probably 40 something, 50 something with adding Happy Hogan, Pepper Potts, Darcy.
No, but there's gonna be there'll be new characters too. That's why.
Dr. Selvig,
But I was saying,
Jane Potter.
talking
right?
about the Marvel Universe,
James.
the TV series.
Jane.
We gave our score. Which show are you looking forward to the most? The next season of out of the 4
Daredevil, because Daredevil's showing up in Infinity War. You're gonna want to know what happened between this whole time that he got. That will boost, like, that's promotion alone for the Daredevil series. If he showed up as a cameo inside
What?
Infinity War to make you want to see that show more, to see what happened in between. Even Luke Cage, even Iron Fist, even Jessica Jones.
You know, I'm gonna say the one that I look forward the most is Jessica Jones coming back. Season 2, that should be good. There's pics that were released online the other day where it has Kilgrave on set with them filming. Like he may still all be in her head, or there could be some plot device to completely bring him back too. But Jessica Jones is coming next. But Jessica Jones comes next after Punisher. Punisher's in November. Look forward to that. With Punisher, we could have seen a cameo. Punisher,
Yeah,
in Defenders.
Punisher, definitely.
Wish he would have got that. He fought with the
Oh
hand
my
in scene
god!
too.
Wait, how many are there? Because there's not that many if you will put the whole set of the Defenders, and it's got to be Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Misty Knight, Colleen Wing, Punisher. That's 7 people, right?
Yeah,
That would be the whole set, like the whole group of heroes that they presented that are defending New York.
But you know how random that would be. Like, what's the setup? How do you show that these people are even fighting?
What do you mean?
The camera's not just going to ultimately cut to them on the big screen. For people who have
You
never
can
seen the
imagine like
TV,
this.
not everyone
Spider-
has watched the TV
Listen
show.
to this. But I don't care if nobody ever watched
They're not
the
going to
Netflix
do
series.
it. They're not going to do
Netflix
it.
series.
That wouldn't make any sense. I'll tell you.
Oh my-
Storytelling on the big screen.
On the storytelling
That's not
already,
gonna
the
happen.
Russo brothers already built up in Civil War. Vision says it. 8 years since Tony Stark announced himself as Iron Man. We had an increase in supernatural
Yeah.
and
but
like
they're not
people
just-
that are enhanced individuals. So,
They'll show all them just dying. One fell too. Just one shot. And they'll just drop the
yeah, something
just
like
to
that.
show
Like
that
the whole
they
New
know.
York, the whole New York that he just brings the whole, and then New York is gone, obliterated. You can't even like killed off screen. You didn't really see the whole thing. It's just, they're gone. I'm saying it'd be awesome. Those 7, just like a scene. Let us see that. Like Spider-Man comes swooping in, right? He's over here fighting somebody. Doctor Strange, they're over here fighting these guys. He comes probably with an army, right? He probably like I think he'll come. The people he has his 4 sons. They'll come. They have to fight the Defenders. They had to defend New York. They have to redeem themselves. I feel like Marvel, even what they did in the series right now, with the Defenders, it was a little bit. You like some people don't. I give it an 8, but I like the story of Daredevil. At the end of the day,
My
That's
final
what
score.
drove
I'm
me.
gonna get. It's
That's what drove it home.
It's a 6.5, but I look forward to the other 3 shows, continuing their stories, and hopefully the I want to see the Defenders get back together. I think a second season of it, a few years down the road, with a better villain,
Yeah.
and maybe a few more episodes. I think, again, I would look forward to them coming back. I think it can be done better. This one was a little bit of a letdown, but it would they can improve it. And you can have more characters in the show as well. They need to go to the drawing board for that one. This one, it didn't have that epic feel like it should have.
Yeah.
A little bit. So, but that's how I feel about the Defenders. 6.5. And you said you're giving it an 8.
You said 6. I was about to give it a 7.5, but then I said 8 at the end of the day.
8. At the end of the day, we should.
End of the day.
There's a lot of things we don't like, but it's Marvel. 8.
It's Marvel. It's definitely a. I would say Thor Dark World.
That's why I'm.
What about Thor Dark World?
I'm not gonna suck Marvel's dick.
All right.
I love Marvel, but it's a 6.5.
6.5. Is that the lowest score you ever gave a Marvel
No, I mean it's.
movie?
No, I would say the Thor 2.
Dark World? Thor Dark World? What'd you
Is
give
it-
Thor? What was
I-
that?
no,
It gets a 6?
That's a 6 point. It's probably 6.57.
But that's probably their weakest movies. Is
That-
even the lowest.
I was about to
Marvel
compare.
has never
You know?
had the Marvel universe so far with all these movies. It's never been under a 6. It's always a good. You're gonna have a good time regardless, even if it's inconsequential or it doesn't matter. It's just like, okay, it was kind of cool to see. It's going to be a good time. Like, it doesn't have to be the best. And I feel like that's what the Thor movies have delivered. So the hype isn't so high on Ragnarok. Ragnarok does have the feel like this should be the best Thor movie. If Ragnarok with the Hulk and Doctor Strange, all these characters in it, if the third Thor movie is not better than the first 2 Thor movies, then Marvel, shame on you. Fuck you, Marvel. Like, Thor, I look forward to the movie, but it better be better than the first 2. You agree with that?
What?
That
Yeah,
the third.
Ragnarok looks like it's going to be
Yeah.
cool alone because Hulk is going to be there.
But
Hulk's gonna be talking.
if it's not, that's gonna be disappointing. I think this would probably be like the biggest disappointment in the Marvel so far. But like I said, the movies they're always a good time. I feel like they're gonna deliver a fun movie. It'll be on Doctor Strange's level of good. It's
I think they're going to connect. That's why we're bringing this up. And speaking it on the Defenders podcast because, trust me, prediction. I hope it happens.
We're gonna end the podcast
Prediction.
at that.
Prediction.
Do
Or
your prediction.
Should you say petition? We petition to Marvel. Sign on the dotted line. We're gonna start. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start a whole thread on Reddit.
well, end this podcast right now when you start that thread. This is
Let's
been
do it.
Talking Netflix.
Talking Netflix and all of the bullshit. No, talking Netflix.